All right, guys, we are
Just
the
now.
American historians, right?
100%. I have taken a singular U.S. history class. I am more than qualified to talk about this.
I think I'm the most qualified out of
I'm a
everybody
guest. Hi.
because of my knowledge in STEM fields,
Mm,
and I've taken 2 of her classes.
but I've got knowledge in psychology.
Yeah, but it doesn't pay well. Well, music pays worse, so 2 are kind of NL.
Bullied.
What are the current issues of the crisis?
Ooh. Racism, sexism, classism, you know, all of the isms.
All kind of terrible things, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like, the economy is crashing. Like...
yeah, that does happen.
Oh, shoot, I can't swear. Can you edit that out? The
Bleeped.
economy is crashing.
The economy is...
Yeah, inflation
I'm just
is
gonna put a bunch
going
of
like
beeps there.
that.
You never know what it is gonna be.
Yeah.
You did.
I swore and said a lot of...
Racism, sexism, classism, you know, all of the
all
isms.
kind of...
You said many homophobic
Of
slurs.
course, clearly. Okay.
Number 2.
No, let's keep talking about
keep
that.
talking about this
Yeah.
one.
I feel like, I don't know, a lot of the big major issues of this crisis are just, like, the fact that, like, there are so many things that are just being, like, it feels like we're going backwards in time.
Yeah.
You know, like, Roe v. Wade got overturned, our homophobic President Trump got elected, and also racist, and probably all of the racism, sexism, classism,
Yep.
yeah, and, like, you know, and then Biden wasn't much better, like, you know, social movement-wise, so it's like,
We've been kind of on a downfall.
yeah, you
Like-
know, it's definitely less steep once Biden got elected, but
Still not
not
perfect.
not going
Not
up.
ideal.
Yeah.
Not flatlining.
yeah, so basically, when we say just, like, the economy is, like, crashing,
Economy.
and then,
Hate that. I lose money.
yeah, and then, there's too many people feeling like they are oppressed.
That's bad.
Yeah.
We don't like that.
It is bad.
Not a positive.
We
No.
want happy people.
Yeah.
What was it in the Constitution? Pursue
Oh,
happiness.
pursuit of happiness, yeah.
Yeah.
Freedom.
Freedom. Even though they don't mention
Liberty,
freedom.
life,
Liberty, life.
pursuit of happiness.
Those are
Do
pretty
you remember
good.
the Constitution?
Nope.
Yeah,
Um,
you went over that quite a while ago because you're in a regular
I mean, Miss
class.
Harris stole it though, and she keeps talking
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, she actually has the whole entire school
Yeah.
from...
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
So
Yeah.
that might be an issue.
That might be. We need to get some of that lemon on the back, see if there's a,
Yeah.
you know, there truly is.
We're the real deal. A real.
Of course, if the map is on the back, then we know it's real. You know, obviously.
There's
That
a map
Nicolas
on the
Cage.
back. I
Yeah,
didn't know
the Nicolas Cage movie, you know, where he
Oh,
steals the
yeah.
Declaration of Independence.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's watched that.
And then
Yeah.
you find
Every
the treasure.
American.
Yeah, and then we find the treasure.
They get the.
Okay.
And you don't become rich.
Yeah, what's our next question?
During the high, which American institutions will strengthen?
Strengthen? Probably the school system, because I feel like right
I'd say
now
that.
our teachers are, like, demanding higher wages, which is completely
It's fair.
I gotta do it, man.
Dude.
Like,
It's fair.
more than fair, you know, and like, yeah, and a lot of students are not happy with the way school is framed and like how it's actually, like,
Yeah, school.
It
Yeah.
kind of sucks. You got to take out the loans. That is.
yeah,
Got to move
and
to Europe.
not only college, but not only college, but high school too. Like, I know none of our students
Yeah.
are happy with this upcoming like change in the block schedule or whatever.
Nope.
Like,
Oh, that all the teachers
Ugh.
like it.
Only
But they're-
No,
they're
but
based.
not even a lot of the teachers.
No.
hate it, especially
No.
AP teachers and music teachers hate it. Cause, dude, if you take like
Is that no
AP
those?
Lang in like the fall, that
Yeah.
test isn't until the spring. So you're on your
Right. That is a
Yeah.
problem. So
And
like, what are you
music-
gonna do?
Yeah, and
You just
music,
get
Music
on
is
the
every day, all year, which
Yeah.
I'm not mad about,
but it takes up.
it
one
takes
of
away
those,
1
yeah.
year worth of credits, which
I'm
sucks.
pissed. I hate music. No, I'm just
Let's
kidding.
fight.
Okay.
Short.
But yeah, what's another institution that might benefit? Like maybe social services.
That one, yeah.
I was thinking
Similar
maybe.
to like teaching.
Yeah.
I mean, like pauper professionals are also underpaid.
Yeah.
You know, like
I feel like a lot of handmade stuff might be more prominent rather than just quick factory stuff. Or maybe it'll be the other way around for a little bit. Because, I mean, our last boom was during, like, the 40s, 50s, somewhat 60s, not really.
Oh.
So,
Well, yeah, because you only need like one job. Housing
Yeah.
was good.
yeah. You only needed one job that could help like, you could buy a house, go to college, have your kids go to college, you know. You cannot do that today. You could have 5 jobs and that would not be able to happen, you know. Did you know
That's true.
that according to, like, inflation rates from, like, 1960-ish, minimum wage back then is equivalent to $24 an hour today.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Like, my minimum
I-
wage, I make $13.65 plus tips. It's
Yeah, that's a
Kind
bit
of
of
an
an
issue.
L. That's not a good
You
thing.
don't even have a job. You can't tell me that me making money is an L. But yeah.
Going to Berkeley, you know, that's his job.
Yeah, spend money, don't make it.
Of
No.
course. No.
We love that.
Daddy's money. Not really. I know you work hard. Okay.
Except with physics.
I
'cause,
think
kinda
so. Yeah.
stupid.
So mostly just the what is it?
You know,
Yeah, school system, social services systems. Just because, like, I feel like that's something that people really care about right now on boosting, and so I'm sure it will get boosted once we hit the high. Like, it's just something that's in anticipation.
homelessness ending zero would be cool as well. We would like that. We'd do like what Finland does.
Yeah,
I don't know what they do, but I know it's slow.
it is. Okay, what's our next question?
Oh, don't mind me. Gotta type in my 13-digit password.
Oh my.
My god.
Honestly, I'm just creative. Okay. Over what issues will American society come together?
Probably
Kinda
like
tough.
what a lot of like Democrats are pushing for right now, which is like what are we all gonna enjoy? It's probably gonna be more freedom on certain things, but more restrictions on other things.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like most people would really enjoy if guns got restricted, so we wouldn't get our schools shut up.
That's
Like,
true.
that'd be really nice.
That's good.
Yeah, but there's
more
also
guns
the
than
fact
people.
of hunting with that.
Yeah. You know, I just wish we would ban assault rifles again. You
Yeah.
know, that'd be lovely. Like, yeah, go take your little hunting rifle,
Alright.
go shoot a deer, eat it, whatever. But, like, bringing it into the school,
We don't want that.
I'm not really that chill with that. I
That's not
don't really like the threat of being shot in
Yeah.
my math class.
Like, what has there been more than days shootings?
Yeah, more shootings than there has been days in the U.S.
And there's like
in this
a lot
year.
more guns than people in America.
Yeah.
Which
Well, I mean,
is-
that makes sense, because, like, you know, people are like, the guns are like, yeah.
Believe that?
No, I'm clean, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boss.
but yeah, I think we'll all come together on, like, shit like social issues, like being more inclusive.
That's
And
true.
maybe-
I'm all.
Yeah. And,
for
like, I
the-
know Colorado specifically does
Is-
not do the wage gap for women and men. Like, I mean, I'm sure there are some jobs that do it, but at least in my experience, there aren't. But,
Yeah.
like, I feel like the world, or not the world, well, I guess, yeah.
I would
No,
say
it'd just be the U.S. The world doesn't really go
Yeah,
there.
U.S.
As
U.S.
big
history.
things. Yeah, U.S. history. That's crazy. But yeah, and I feel like the world will definitely just be going, you know, just a more inclusive thing. Because I feel like we're kind of late on that train.
We are.
Yeah, we lack. We're a little slow. Like
Yeah.
Like Fort Collins, very inclusive.
Yeah, Fort Collins is very
Yeah.
inclusive, you know. Like, I definitely
Like-
see a lot of white people, but I also
It
see
is a
plenty
lot of white people.
It
I
is.
want to change that.
Yeah, it's
It's like,
literally...
what is it?
Well, it's
70?
because it's so expensive to live here, and
Yeah.
historically and currently, black people tend not to make as much money as white people, and they also tend to get stuck
fix
in
that.
the system of poverty. I feel like that also might be one thing that changes, is the system of
I mean-
poverty. Maybe it might end up easier to get out of poverty.
You know.
Because, I mean, my great-grandparents were poor, my grandparents were poor, my mom and my parents are poor, I'm poor, you know? And I'm very lucky to be where I am today, where I'm not, like, dirt poor and I have, like, a roof over my head.
Right.
But, like, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
I don't get everything I want.
Right. I think it's like the opposite for me. You know,
Yeah.
both
Yeah,
my
both
parents
of
got
us.
bachelor's degrees.
Mhm.
They make like 80 to 6 figures. Like,
Whew. Wow.
so that's a lot more
Yeah.
than like two
My
parents
parents
make.
didn't even go to college because they couldn't afford to.
Yeah.
Right, and that's like, how do we send more people to college?
Yeah. Maybe we might come together on free college, or at least reduced fees.
I think we
college.
should.
Yeah, and then my great grandparents were very wealthy and rich. I
Right.
mean, they kind of.
Mafia.
My mom's side of the family ties to the mafia,
Yeah,
so
you're-
lots of
you're
money there. My
set
dad's side
up,
of the family.
man.
My great grandpa, he did persuade people with money, so he had a lot of it.
For sure.
And
Wait a minute.
Yeah. yeah, don't quote me on that.
Hey,
I
man.
can't.
Quoted.
Dad, so it's fine. He can't get in trouble for
Or
it
else,
anymore.
you know.
Yeah.
Now my parents, my dad didn't work very hard. My mom got unlucky, but we're still like very like
Yeah.
my mom doesn't have to work, and my dad has a job, and we've got our own house. I mean, we have like treats all the time. Like
yeah.
my mom makes my lunch for me because she doesn't have to work. Like I have it very easy compared to Aaron.
Yeah. He literally bought us paninos today with
Yep.
his dad's credit card. I had the money from my job, my minimum wage Dairy Queen job, but.
We could go like stories for Dairy Queen. That
Oh.
would be like an actual
Oh,
podcast
gosh,
thing.
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. What's our next?
What is the collective goal of the American public?
Probably to just try to make everybody happy, because I feel like America is so divided, especially with politics, because and one of those reasons is because America doesn't really have a culture. Like, we do, but we also don't,
We
Well,
don't
what
have
do
a specific culture. There's
Yeah.
like
there's just a mix.
it's not even like
you
there's
know?
two. It's just like there's like hundreds of different cultures.
Yeah. And so Americans tend to cling onto their political parties or stuff instead of like their own identities, and it makes the nation way more divided, and it's like strong Republicans and strong Democrats, and strong, like it feels very either far left or far right. At least that's what you see on the media. I know in real life you meet way more people that are just like, I'm in the middle somewhere, because it is a spectrum, kind of. Or maybe it's like a line. I feel like you can't go any further right than Hitler,
That's true.
Hitler's the
Yeah,
end, and
that's-
then like... So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Americans will definitely come together on just trying to be less divided, trying to find somewhere more in that middle spectrum, whether it's through politics or identity or through sexuality even. Like, I know so many people that are finding out that they're bi or gay or pan or etc. And it's like, it's really cool to feel people being more fluid, because that's what humans are. We're fluid. We change throughout the times. We adapt, And I feel like humans will definitely start, especially Americans, will start to come together and just be a little bit more accepting.
Yep.
And it might not be
Right.
perfect, because nothing is ever perfect, and I know some groups will definitely be left out in that, but
And I think it's one thing we do a lot better, because like the Middle East, no go.
yeah, we're not the worst in the world, but out of first world countries, we're basically last. You
Yeah.
know?
Unlucky.
Like, even Canada's better than us, and they love to kill indigenous people left and right.
No.
Yeah.
No good.
You know?
One thing I want is better transportation.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
Public
It just,
transportation.
Yes.
That's accessible.
Literally.
Instead of
I want
having
the
to drive around in
trains.
cars everywhere.
Yeah, because
hate
cars suck so much. I wish we had more trains.
Like a
That's
trolley
literally-
system in downtown too. Like they
Yeah.
had that, but they got rid of it.
Right, because
That's so
they
historic.
had to make room for cars.
Yeah.
And it really sucks, because it's like, there's like no need for that. Just build
Because
around
now
it, man.
if we want to go downtown and like get places, we either need a car, and there's not enough parking is another issue.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah,
like
so it's like
you-
we just need to
anywhere.
get rid of cars, really.
Right.
I don't think that's something America will work towards just yet. I think they might start making steps towards it, but because America is such a huge country,
It's just massive.
it's just an almost impossible project. Like places like Germany are able to do it, and places like that, because they were built before cars were built. In America, when we were founded and we were like actually getting ready as a country, we were 1876, and then cars came in 1920. And since then, technology has just skyrocketed. I mean, we're sending people to the moon again.
AI.
Like AI, yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
yeah, robots.
Mhm.
So like we're kind of behind on the times for that.
Yeah, we are, but.
So we gotta fix that.
Yeah, we should, because it's just so much better for our planet. Like, humans are just destroying this planet, and then we're not, like, helping to rebuild it. We're just
There's a
destroying
problem.
it.
Yeah. We like destruction.
Me being vegetarian though, I help.
Sure, man.
Sure.
I help. Got my bread over there. So good.
You're helping the
It'd be
planet.
funny if I just
You're
grabbed it
helping
and
the
eat it for
planet,
the rest
maybe,
of the
but
time.
you're not helping yourself.
I kind of.
What do you
want
mean?
some bread.
I love bread.
Okay.
I'm
look
getting
here.
bread. I'm getting the bread.
Pass me a piece.
Yeah, you
just
bread-
We
bringing
can all
it
have some bread. Bread.
Bread
Hold
break
the
pod.
bread.
Yeah. Let me I'll deal the goods.
Multi-grain bread.
Yeah.
By far the best. Like,
Give me like a nice, good loaf.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
King Super still. They just got the food.
They got good bread. No,
Costco, not so much.
I've never stepped foot inside of a Costco.
It's really good for their food court. We love
I've
the
heard.
$1.50 pizza slices that are massive.
Mmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Last question.
No, say it without your mouth full.
Yeah, come on. Let me. I can read it.
Wow.
I've got my munchkin cheeks. Okay. Which group may feel stifled by conformity? Stifled.
Gimme.
Stifled by
You're fired.
conformity.
Which
I'm
groups may
dyslexic.
feel stifled by conformity? What are ways these groups could be given autonomy or a sense of individualism?
So which groups would feel
What is that?
stifled?
I'm not gonna lie, but for some reason, I feel like people don't really care about Asians.
Yeah.
Because, like, people are like, you know, like Black Lives Matter, and then there's, like, a lot of Hispanic movements because of, like, deportation and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
But I feel like, and I know this is, like, honestly totally guessing, but I feel like we might accidentally forget about Asian people, which would really suck. Because they already face so much racism, especially from COVID-19, you know, the China virus, like, shit like that.
Also, like,
Right.
from, like, World War II, like, there was a lot of hate for, like, the Japanese. And, like,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
hasn't... That's
And it
got, it's
hasn't
gotten better,
stifled.
but it hasn't, like,
Yeah.
truly recovered.
Yeah,
It's, like,
and also with all, like, the weebs and stuff who are just, like, appropriating their culture, it sucks so much, because it's like, what are you doing, man? And, yeah, and I feel like they might be stifled, but I also feel like, the LGBTQ will be stifled, because I feel like as much as we are progressing, I sometimes forget that we live in Colorado, and not other places are progressing like this. But they are with women, and I feel like we will definitely focus on women and women's rights, at least a little bit. And with the overturning of Roe v. Wade, that sucked so much. It was the biggest setback that could probably possibly happen. Well, unless they took away the voting rights, and then that'd be like, oh, yay!
Oh no.
Back to square one! What are you gonna do? Allow it to be legal to beat us in the streets again?
Let's hope not.
You know that was legal, right? Like, it was literally legal
I believe
to
it.
beat your wife in the street back in, like, the 1800s.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Woman had tough.
Yeah.
What's
that one film,
Still do.
Dude, that one film where they just showed the woman being force fed, I was like,
Oh my god, the amendment episode? Oh, that made me so nauseous.
That was-
I had to stop watching, like, halfway through because I was like,
I was like kind of crying.
It was
I was
triggering.
like-
That's good, actually. I feel like I never hear men say that they were, like, kind of crying. And I was like,
I don't know, it's just hard to watch. There's a lot of.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. But yeah. It just really sucked. And
Yeah.
like, and I feel like it was getting better, and then now it's just kind of getting worse again.
Yeah.
So I feel like we will put a focus towards women and black people, especially with the Black Lives Matter movements back in 2020.
There's
yeah.
a good Vox video on why, like, it's the, what is it, the courts before the Supreme Court? They have a lot of power right now. And it was because it's separated into districts, and, like, the districts in Texas that you could go to one that the judge is favorable, and then it would guarantee to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we fix that first.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know.
I don't know how to explain it all the way.
I feel like we might try to fix some of our government stuff.
I think so.
I think
I
a lot
believe
of people are getting sick of the Electoral College, because the Electoral College was invented because back when it was invented, when it was needed, nobody was educated because nobody
Right,
went to
right.
school. They all worked in the fields. But now you have to be 18 to vote, and by the time you're 18, you've gone all the way through high school, and you should be educated enough. You know, you can read, you can
Right.
write, you can speak, learn things. You're not
You
illiterate.
know the U.S. history and government.
Yeah.
It's required in the school
Yeah,
system.
that's required
so
in
true.
school systems. Although it can be changed from school to school and
Yeah.
year to year.
It
Like, I mean,
can,
have you seen the
like-
70s textbooks? Like, they're so bad.
Yeah.
I think Miss Harris actually showed us one. And she showed us the textbook for our curriculum, too. And it actually mentioned nothing about, like, how slaves were actually treated. And, yeah, and it was from 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
It
not
just
good.
kind of glossed over it. They were like, yeah, they were treated badly, but they mentioned nothing about the rape, the whipping, the starvation, the skinning alive, the lynchings, like all of that shit. They just didn't talk about it. And it really sucked.
And like, what was it? Florida banned the AP Euro?
AP African
Oh,
American.
African American, yeah. Which is like,
That's so
they
bad.
have the final say.
But
I think we're-
so mad at
right.
that. Like, and Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. you
Right,
know?
that's also,
And
what was it? Miss Harris couldn't teach in Florida? Like, it would just...
Yeah, she wouldn't be allowed to teach in Florida because she's gay. And
No.
because she's open about her sexuality. Well, bi, not gay. And, all the anti-trans laws in Tennessee, like, they literally tried, I don't know if it got passed, but I know they tried to pass a law where they would check your genitals to make sure that you could play on a boys or girls team in schools.
Oh.
So they are checking out.
Bit weird.
They were trying to check out. I don't know. I don't think it got passed. If it did, I'm beyond pissed. But yeah. And honestly, yeah, I think LGBTQ people, especially trans people, like maybe like gay people and, lesbians might be a little more accepted in the awakening, but or in the high, but especially trans people, I feel like are still going to be left out because we have been left out for so long. And it sucks because Stonewall was started by a black trans woman. And it really
Yep.
sucks. We are the ones who started it all, I say we as trans people, not we as black people because I am not black, but yes, clearly. But
Do we have
yeah,
any
and it's just like no. But I mean, I think we've covered everything. Miss Harris, I hope this was acceptable.
We need
This is
100%.
camp, by the way.
Hello, I am in the history class that is behind.
He's
so.
in the one that's behind, and that's
One of
why
the
he
two-
lost
Yeah.
the Cold War simulation.
Because he wasn't in it.
Let's go.
No.
I very much enjoyed it because I was
Totally.
not in it.
Yes, it
All
was
right.
very fun.
Then yeah, so I feel like our institutions are gonna what's the word? Institutions that will strengthen are gonna be our school systems, and maybe our government a little.
Mhm.
Current issues are that there is not a lot of social justice. Strengthens that will institutions that will strengthen are our school systems and maybe our government. I think Americans will come together with feminism and as well as trying to fix our government a little bit and
Higher pay.
yeah,
Okay,
maybe
even
higher
Even though we
pay
didn't talk about that.
and maybe some free
Ooh.
college or at least reduced fees college.
Yeah.
The collective goal will definitely just be acceptance. I feel like that's something we have been pushing for so much, in this crisis, and so, but groups may feel stifled, might be the Asian groups, just because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they never get talked about enough, and so I
Yeah.
feel like they might be stifled. That's just a complete guess, to be honest, but
I
if
feel like
I'm
they have a
right,
lot
that'll
of-
be so cool.
Right.
Stifled.
Yeah. Trans groups, I feel like, might be, and, people of color still, we might push a little bit towards it, but people of color definitely will still feel the effects. And Ben, why do you have so many
Yeah.
Discord notifications?
Jesus.
Oh my
Don't-
god.
don't worry about
there's
it.
a couple.
Don't worry about
We're
it.
just gonna act like that's
Don't-
not a
Okay.
thing.
Don't check my Google tabs.
Anyway, thank you, Miss Harris. I hope that this is more than acceptable. Give us 100% and
Please.
I'll bring you Dutch Bros.
I will. So
He won't do anything.
I bought 2 shirts today, so
He did buy 2 shirts. You should give us a.
Thank you, Miss Harris, for being an amazing teacher. This took forever. So many edits. It is 1:28 in the morning, so I'm gonna get some sleep before I have to go to your 2 classes. But thank you for an amazing year. I hope you for the best for future, and thank you for changing my life.